Hello everybody, it is I, Thor Carmine, and sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos. I've been quite busy. I'm in the middle of a move with my parents into my grandfather's house. Work's been keeping me busy, got promoted to a manager, so, all those adult things, but there are some things I do want to talk about. So a few days ago, we did have a Nintendo Direct on February 8th. And quite a lot of good things were revealed. Some things I really didn't care about, but there was one thing that caught me and probably a lot of other people totally off guard. We had the reveal of Pikmin 4. I absolutely love the Pikmin series, and I am super happy that Nintendo is continuing this series on the Nintendo Switch. I love the new Pikmin they showed off, the Ice Pikmin, which if it's thrown into water, it will freeze the water and allow you to safely cross the water without letting any of your other Pikmin drown, except for the blue ones. They're immune to drowning. Ice Pikmin are also able to freeze the enemies that they are thrown at, which in turn makes it easier to defeat enemies, but the downside is that they will break apart and you cannot harvest their corpse to make new Pikmin. So that is something you're going to have to keep in mind. Along with that, we got the reveal of, I guess we'll call it for now, the Pikmin dog, which is able to do the job of a Pikmin by being able to drag things back to your base along with clearing obstacles. So that's super nice that they're adding new mechanics to the game. Another game that we had revealed was Metroid Prime Remastered. Now, I am super happy that Nintendo is getting out of this funk of never touching their older content, and they're actually showing a little love to the Metroid series. I'm really hoping that we will see a Metroid Prime 2 HD remaster, and if we're really lucky, maybe we'll get Fire Emblem Path of Radiance HD remaster as well. Lastly, we got the reveal of Volume 3 for Xenoblade 3's DLC lineup, and then just out of nowhere, they're just like, hey look, Volume 4 as well, and it was so unexpected. We get to see older Shulk and older Rex facing off against Alvis, and it was just absolutely amazing. I bet a lot of people didn't notice that Alvis is wearing a necklace in the shape of the Zohar from Xenosaga, which means that the Zohar from Xenosaga has appeared in all three mainline Xenoblade games. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what they revealed near the end of the Direct, and that was Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Now, no one saw this coming. A lot of people were super excited to see that these games were getting an HD remaster, and what's absolutely crazy is that Baten Kaitos 1 and Origins sold incredibly poorly on the GameCube, so it was amazing to see that Namco was even willing to give these games an HD remaster. Considering the fact that they said Xenosaga is unprofitable, but yeah, we'll give Baten Kaitos an HD remaster. Even though Xenosaga is a part of Xenoblade, and a lot of the Xenoblade fans want to play Xenosaga to experience Monolith Soft's legacy content, we just won't give it an HD remaster because we hate money, apparently. I already know there are people going, oh, he's just being salty, didn't get what he wanted, he's just crying about it, it's time to just leave a dislike and walk away. But hold on. I'm not being salty. Don't put words in my mouth. What I actually am is very happy and excited that Baten Kaitos is getting an HD remaster, because that means there is hope that Namco will give the Xenosaga trilogy an HD remaster as well. Remember when I said Baten Kaitos sold very poorly? I wasn't kidding, because it truly did, because back in the early 2000s, the internet wasn't readily available to people like it is today. It wasn't like today where if you need information on a video game, you can just go to a website like Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Discord, TikTok, or so on, and find any information you need on any game. No, back then, only rich people had access to the internet because they could actually afford it. So the only way to get any information about any game was either through word of mouth, magazines, or TV. So this lack of information impacted both Baten Kaitos and Xenosaga, because Namco didn't advertise these games. They just dropped them on store shelves and just said, all right, good luck. If you don't believe me, let's head on over to VGCharts.com to see the sales numbers of both Baten Kaitos and Origins. So for Baten Kaitos, the first one, it only sold 0.27 million copies. Now, that's really bad. Of course, the Japanese numbers are 0, so maybe they couldn't get the sales numbers, but still, take that with a grain of salt. And then if we look at Baten Kaitos Origins, it did even worse with only selling 0.1 million copies, and we actually have the Japanese numbers at 0.02 million. That's, I'm not gonna lie, that's really bad. Now, even despite those terrible sales numbers, Bandai Namco is still giving Baten Kaitos an HD remaster. So you're probably thinking, well, the Xenosaga probably just sold really badly. So, I mean, you just don't know what you're talking about. Well, here, let me go ahead and just crush that little argument of yours before you get a chance to say it. So back at VGCharts.com, here are the sales for Xenosaga. 1 million. Yeah, 1 million. It completely dwarfs both Baten Kaitos games. And if you look down here at the ratings, it only has the United States from the ESBR and the Japanese rating board on this website, because believe it or not, this game was banned in Europe, and yet it still managed to make 1 million in sales. Wow. And then let's just keep on going. Xenosaga 2 sold 280,000 units, and this game was available in Europe. And again, it just completely crushed both Baten Kaitos games. And then finally, Xenosaga 3. Again, you see it in the bottom left corner. It was banned in Europe, and it still managed to sell 343,000 units. But see, this is why I'm excited for this Baten Kaitos HD remaster, because if Bandai Namco is willing to let a game that sold this poorly an HD remaster, then there's actually hope that they could actually do a Xenosaga Trilogy HD remaster. Well, more likely Monolith would probably handle it, because it is still their game after all. They're the ones who developed it, not Bandai Namco. The key to getting Bandai Namco to port the Xenosaga Trilogy is going to be determined by how well the Baten Kaitos HD remaster does, because if that game sells poorly, there is no way in hell they're going to consider doing the Xenosaga Trilogy, because like I said, they think it's a failure. But if it sells well, then they'll be like, oh hey, people actually want to play these games. I guess we should do the Xenosaga Trilogy next, because people are interested in these games. And it's like, yes, we have always been interested. You just never advertise them very well, if not at all. So I implore you, I'm begging you, please consider buying a copy of Baten Kaitos HD Remaster. I plan on buying it because I want that port to happen. I really want it to happen, and it's only gonna happen if that game sells well. It's crazy to think that once Baten Kaitos HD comes out, this will be yet another game that Cosmos has appeared in, since she did appear in the original Baten Kaitos on the GameCube. So it's just more cameos for her. I think we're up to, what, 35 now? That's nuts. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe, a comment if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.